Good morning, students. How are you? I hope you all will be fit and fine. Okay, let's start today's session with the extra questions for chapter number 4. We have already finished exercise of chapter number 4 and today we are going to do the extra questions. In the extra question, the first we will do the definitions, define the following terms, and then we will do some questions, right? Okay, let's start. Now first define the following terms. The first term is given to you, it's the matter. So what's the matter? Anything that occupies space and has mass, that is called matter. And I can give you the example or all the solids, all liquids, all gases are the forms of matter, right? Okay. Now next is classification. Next term is classification. So what's the classification? Sorting or arranging things and placing them on the basis of similarities and dissimilarities into the group, that is called classification, right? So those substances which are similar, they will be grouped together, and which are dissimilar, they will be grouped separate. Now next is lustre. The shine exhibited by a material, especially a metal, is called lustre, or simply we can say the shine of the material is called lustre. Now see the next term, texture. The physical appearance and the feel of any material is called its texture. It may be smooth texture or it may be the rough one, right? So this roughness and smoothness is called texture. Now next term for you, it's the soluble. Then the substances that dissolve in a liquid completely, they are called soluble in that liquid. And those substances, next term is insoluble, then those substances which cannot be dissolved in the liquid, they are called insoluble in that liquid, right? Okay, now next term is miscible. Then miscible and immiscible, these two terms are also similar to these two, but these two, insoluble and soluble, these are used for the solid into the liquid, right? The substance which you are dissolving, that should be solid, and here these two terms, miscible and immiscible, these are used for the liquids, right? Then see one by one. The first is miscible. Then liquids that mix well with one another, they are called miscible liquids. For example, water and lemon juice. And one more example I can give you, it the water and orange juice or any of the squash, right? Okay, now next, immiscible. Next term is immiscible. It means the liquids, they those yeah, the liquid that do not mix together or which do not dissolve with one another, they are called the immiscible liquids. And for example, water and oil, right? They do not mix together, that's why they are called immiscible liquids. Now next one. Now we will do some questions. Answer the following question. The first question is given to you. Name the property of the substances that decide whether it will float or sink in the water. Then this property is called density. The answer will be density, right? Density decides whether the substance will float or sink. If the object which you are putting on the water or you are dipping in the water, that will float or sink, it depend on the density. It means if that material have density less than the water, then that will float, and if the material will have more density than the water, then it will sink in the water, right? This was the example. Okay, now next. State the shining property of the material. So I have already told you in the definition also, it is called lustre, right? Shine is called lustre. On what basis materials are grouped together? Or the question is, on what basis we will classify the material? Then material can be classified or grouped together on the basis of the similarities and dissimilarity. The answer will be similarities. What will be the basis for the grouping? Similarities or dissimilarity. So it means those material which are similar, they will be grouped together, and which are different or which are dissimilar, they will be uh, you have to separate them, right? Okay. Now next question. Why water is called universal solvent? So water is called universal solvent because it can dissolve almost, yeah, most of the materials can be dissolved in the water. That's why it called as the universal solvent. है ना, ज़्यादातर चीज़ों को ये अपने अंदर घोल लेता है. That's why it is called universal solvent. Now next question. Next question is metal are generally solid and hard. Name a metal which is liquid and a metal which is soft. Okay. Now listen. Normally this is a characteristic of the metal कि metals are solid and they are hard. It is written generally. It means some exceptions are there, right? So you have to give the name of the these two which are asked here. They are the exception. Name a metal which is liquid. So mercury is a liquid, but it is a metal. है ना? It means mercury is a metal liquid which is found in the liquid state at room temperature. It means in the normal temperature, this mercury is found always in the liquid state, right? Now, next question, next part, you have to give the name of a metal which is soft. So metals are normally hard. They are generally hard, but there are some metals as exception so which are soft also, and they are as soft as they can be cut with the help of the knife. आप उसे चाकू से काट भी सकते हो, इतने soft होते हैं. तो you can give the name. It is sodium, and one more is there, that is called potassium. ठीक है? So here you have to give the name of one. It is asked a metal. That's why you will write one. You can write down sodium, right? Okay. Then answers are also given here. Okay. Now see, this was the answer number 1, then second, and answer of the third question, then fourth question and fifth questions. Answers are also written here. Then, but when you will write the question, then along with the question you have to write answer, है ना? So this is the question, and you will write in your notebook answer here. Then you will write the second question, right? Chalo. Okay, then this is enough for today. Bye and have a nice day.